Morning, everyone. Good evening and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Denzomos, and you are welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. If you are new, on this channel I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality and I talk about personal and self-development. And if any of that resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us. Give us a like, share the video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back, and I thank you for your love and support. Now, when it comes to narcissistic abuse, the experiences are unbelievable, and the stories are endless. People can talk forever. I tell you something, guys. Having gone through narcissistic abuse for the most part of my life, there is so many things I can talk about, and we can discuss it. We can discuss this forever. So you see something. What you have to understand, guys. Many times in the media, you've seen a lot of stuff they've been talking about. Defilement. They've been talking about what do they call it? There's defilement, then there is the pedophiles, then there's rape, then there is a lot of things concerning sexual stuff. But the only thing the media has always refused to talk about is that usually those guys who are behind those actions, they're usually narcissists. The list can go on and on, bestiality and all these kind of things, anything that involves sex. You see, for the narcissist, you're supposed to understand, guys, that those individuals, there's nothing you can do to satisfy them. There is nothing, guys. Let me tell you something. When you're with a narcissist, they are going to drain you of everything. You're going to give them all your money, so they will drain your finances. They'll drain your energy. They will take everything you have left of you, and they're going to leave you with nothing. So, at the same time, when it comes to sex, you're going to notice that those individuals, they are actually insatiable. So, it doesn't matter what you give them. It doesn't matter, guys. You can give the narcissist the whole world. You can give them the entire world. They're going to ask for more. You give them the most recent phone, they're going to ask for the next one. You buy them a car, they're going to ask for a second one. You buy the second one, they're going to ask for a third one. The narcissist, those individuals, they're insatiable. You cannot give them anything that is enough. The same applies to sex. Now, when it comes to the sex, narcissists are very bizarre, you know. So if you live with a narcissist, at least you can resonate at some point that there is some of the things that they have said or they have done that are out of the ordinary. They might have asked you to sleep with a dog. They might have asked you to sleep with an animal. You might have sometimes they're involved with porn. Anything that involves sex, anything of a sexual nature, those individuals, you will find them there. That is their playground. But at the same time, as a person also who has gone through narcissistic abuse, there's some of the things I've had. So sometimes you will see a partner asking you if you guys can introduce. So for example, they can say, can you introduce, so or for example, can they introduce a new partner in that relationship? So can they bring in somebody that you guys can have sex together, you know? So a narcissist, and I don't know, for some reason, I've seen it even on this channel. A lot of individuals, even with the people I've talked with, a lot of individuals, they have described narcissists of having been involved with threesomes. So if you have been with a narcissist, I can guarantee you something that they have at one point asked you for a threesome. Sometimes you may have been involved with a narcissist who was involved in prostitution. You know, a lot of them, they will be sometimes even doing prostitution behind your back, which is the reason why you will see those narcissists. Most of the times they are very, very big cheaters, because the narcissists, let me tell you something, guys, those individuals, you open up a narcissist, there's nothing inside. Those guys, they're empty vessels. You open them up, guys. It was very, very shocking for me to understand this. When you open those individuals up, you're going to notice inside there is nothing there. There is nothing. They are empty vessels. It doesn't matter how much sex you pump into them, those individuals, they will ask for more. It will not be enough. And even on top of that, a lot of you guys even have seen the situation whereby sometimes you're sleeping with those narcissists, and sometimes you feel like you're sleeping with a robot. And again, this video is of a sexual nature, so I don't expect any kind of children around, and you know, because these kids are going to start asking you, What does that mean, and what does that mean? And you don't have answers for them. So you make sure that the children are eliminated from the vicinity. Listen, guys, those individuals, you cannot satisfy them sexually. So you're going to see them a lot of times. They are going to be they're going to go on the rampage, and they're going to find that sex wherever they can find it. You will give them the sex, the best sex of your life. You will sex them the entire night. The next morning, they'll sneak out of the house. They'll go and sleep with the neighbor. They'll sneak out of the house. They'll go and sleep with their best friend. Some of those individuals, sometimes even if you're dating, if it's a mother and you're dating their daughter, sometimes you'll even sometimes see the narcissist, the mother of that daughter that you're dating. The mother sometimes is going to propose sex to you. So those individuals, when it comes to sex, guys, those guys, they're wild beasts. They will go to extra limits to extract that sex wherever they can get it. Like I've said again, it can even include animals. You know, you guys hear these narcissists in media. You guys have been hearing, oh, you know, there was church guys, I don't know, pastor, priests. They were caught with young kids, pedophiles. You've heard about bestiality. You've heard about defilement. Some of them, they will go to the limits of even sometimes sleeping with very, very little young girls. They'll sleep with animals. Guys, I can guarantee you that dealing with a narcissist is the most dangerous thing you can ever imagine in your life. The most dangerous things for the most of us who have survived. I can guarantee you that if we did not come out to start speaking and spreading this message, I will guarantee you that a lot of individuals around the world, they will usually continue to get destroyed. Because there is some beasts around this universe. Those individuals, you come along their way, you cross their path, guys, it isn't going to end well with you. So the narcissists, a lot of them I've heard, if you have been with a narcissistic parent, you might have noticed that sometimes those individuals, they have been sleeping all over the place. They have been banging all over the place, you know. They've been having multiple women at the same time. Those guys can even sleep with 10 women at the same time. The narcissists, they do not have a limit when it comes to sex. Let me tell you something, chosen ones. Those individuals, they don't have a limit. They will go to the extra length to extract that sexual supply from wherever they can. It can be from multiple sources, which is the reason why sometimes you see a lot of you guys, you're always somewhere complaining, oh, you know, the husband cheated on me. A lot of you guys, the most common thing you're going to notice is the cheating. They cannot stop cheating. Those individuals, they will cheat. You will know it, you will not know it, they will cheat. You will sleep with them, they will go outside, they will sleep with another partner, they will also sleep with the other one, they will just go around sleeping all over the place, even without you knowing it. Those guys, they're insatiable. They're empty beings. Whatever you're pumping into them, it is not enough. Guys, you cannot satisfy a narcissist. Let me tell you something. Those psychopaths and whatever, you cannot satisfy them because those individuals, anything you give them is not enough. It's not even about the sex alone. You know what I mean? So when it comes to the threesomes, you guys have seen a lot of situations, including me personally, of course. Eventually, there was a time I remember the narcissist proposed that, you know, at one point maybe we can, you know, get into a third party situation, get into a threesome situation. And the only thing they would get satisfaction from was watching how I would perform sexual acts on the third individual. Now you can imagine, let me tell you something, you've been with a partner for 10 years, for 20 years, and then all of a sudden they're waking up one day, then they are telling you that, you know what, we should do something new. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We should do something new, so we should get a third woman or a third man, and the only thing they will do, they will just be sitting down and watching you as you perform sexual acts on the third individual, the third party. The narcissist, the threesome, I don't know what the threesome does to the narcissist, but the more sexual partners they get is the more fuel they get. You know, because I've told you something, guys, before. I've told you that the narcissists, they extract an unimaginable amount of fuel through sex. It is one of the biggest source of supply they will get when they have sex with somebody. So the more of it they get is the better for them. So the better the supply for them, the better the fuel. You know what I mean? They'll ask you for threesomes. They'll ask you for foursomes. Some of you guys have heard about situations whereby narcissists, they have been with partners, and then they are going with them along to sex parties. Those narcissists, they will put you in the car, they will drive you, and they will take you, and they will drag you with them to sex parties. only to open the door and you see a lot of different people everywhere in the vicinity having sex. So those individuals, when it comes to those kind of sexual things, they're bizarre. It gets as bizarre as you can imagine. So this is a red flag, guys, out there. It's a red flag. If you see those particular individuals, all of a sudden they're proposing threesomes, they're telling you, oh, you know what, my darling, I want to get my best friend, you know, because my best friends, you know, I want to get them to come to bed with us tonight. They want to bring those best friends, or sometimes even strangers. They can even sometimes pay strangers. They will pay strangers. They will go online and look for these hookers, and they will bring the hooker in your house, and they want to watch you having sex with the hooker. That is how bizarre it can get when you're dealing with a narcissist, and that is a very big red flag, guys. You have to know this. It is a very, very big red flag. If you see you're with an individual who doesn't seem to get completely sexually satisfied, no matter how much you do, no matter how much sex you pump into them, they cannot get sexually satisfied, you have got to know there is a very big chance you're dealing with a narcissist. It may not necessarily be the case, but if you see a situation whereby a partner is requesting you that you guys should pay a hooker, or you should bring in a third party, maybe their sister, maybe an uncle, maybe somebody outside of that marriage or relationship, and they're asking those individuals, they're asking you to allow those individuals into your home so that you guys can have some kind of a threesome or a foursome, you have got to know those particular individuals, they are either psychos, narcissists, or even sometimes sociopaths. So those are very dangerous individuals that you're dealing with. The list can go on and on. In this video, I just specified basically about threesomes, but the list can go on and on. We can talk about bestiality, we can talk about pedophilia, we can talk about defilement, we can talk about rape, we can talk about porn, we can talk about sex acts, what do they call sex clubs and everything. Anything that involves sex, wherever they can get it, they will drag you along with them, and they will make you do those kind of things you've never done before. Even sometimes I've seen people, I've heard about situations whereby narcissists have actually even sometimes asked their partners to sleep with dogs. Guys, on this video we shall talk about those things you've never heard before. You will see a narcissist asking their partner to sleep with their dog. And all of a sudden, they will be somewhere there watching and enjoying the act and everything, you know. Bestiality. So it gets very bizarre, guys. Narcissistic abuse is narcissism is demonic. You know what I mean? Narcissism is demonic. It does not matter what they are telling you. It does not matter where you're reading from, who you are learning from. Narcissism is demonic. There are some of those things you can never imagine in your head that you will ever see in your entire life until you meet a narcissist. That is when they're going to introduce you to their world, and their world be people you cannot imagine. Their world is very bizarre. It's unbelievable. So 3-sums, 4-sums, 5-sums, I don't know, whatever, 10-sums. That is all those are narcissistic, behaviors. You know what I mean? It just proves to you that you're dating somebody who cannot get enough. They just can't get enough. So they will just follow up on everything and try to get that sex. If they cannot get it from you, because at the end of the day, they will exhaust you sexually. You know what I mean? So a lot of you guys have even sometimes complained the narcissist will exhaust. Yes, let's not forget something, guys. A lot of you guys have been saying that yes, the narcissists they have good sex, very, very good sex. You know what I mean? But that sex is coming from somewhere. You know what I mean? So a lot of you, yes, you will sometimes see them. They have very, very good sex. A lot of you guys who have slept with them, you will say, oh, you know, the sex is good and everything. Even sometimes you're separating with them. And then somehow, because of the sex, you end up sneaking back to them just to go there and have the sex, because that sex you can never forget. It's not out of the blue, guys. Those individuals, it's not coming out of the blue, you know. So sexually, when it comes to sex, the list can go on and on and on. We can talk about this forever. And I just want to let you know in this video that look out for those red flags. So you may be a guy out there, woman out there, man out there, and you're with somebody, and all of a sudden they're telling you, oh, you know, let's go to a sex club. You know, they're taking you to sex parties, they're taking you to sex clubs, they're taking you to what do they call them, brothels or things like that. And then all of a sudden you're going in there as a wife or as a husband, and you end up sleeping with somebody, and then they're somewhere there watching and enjoying. You're supposed to know you're dealing with a beast. You know, you're dealing with these demons, and so you may want to get out as soon as you can. So guys, let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below, guys. You know I always love and appreciate your support. So book a session with me, guys. You can donate as well and support to this cause if you want to. All the links of the Cashapp and PayPal, they're in the description below. And let us know what you think in the comments below. Other than that, I'll get back to you in my next one. Much love and blessings. Desmo signing out. Peace.